Hi everyone, I felt inspired to share some thoughts that were arising for me during my yoga practice with you today. So I was thinking about the challenges that we have in life and some of my own personally. I was thinking about some of the challenges in life that we all deal with. We all have our own challenges. It could be a big challenge. It could be a small thing nagging you. But regardless, these challenges in life are our teachers. They are. They teach us patience. They teach us, compassion. You could go down the whole list. Everything, whatever it is right now that is causing you grief, taking up mental space, using up some of your precious peace and your nerves, it's taking away. Whatever that is that's nagging you and taking your energy, I want you right now to send it love, because that experience, that challenging experience that you are going through right now, that experience is your teacher. Think about what it's teaching you. I know during my practice this morning, I was thinking about one of the most challenging experiences in my life. And I was thinking about all the things that it taught me. And one thing I was thinking of is that these challenges are our teachers. So the word that we use in Sanskrit is guru. And guru literally translates from darkness to light. And guru also implies wisdom. So this also means that in order for us to gain wisdom, we must first maybe go through something challenging, something that we've never been through before, something that eventually teaches us. Right now, Mars is in Aries. Mars is the impulsive, courageous warrior. Have you ever gone to bat for someone just instinctively? Have you ever been in a position in life where you had to be very brave? Have you ever been in a position in your life where you had to act quick and instinctively and with courage? And you have to think with your heart in that moment. Mars in Aries, it's a passionate, very passionate sign. But this sign is impulsive. It doesn't have a lot of experience behind it. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So Mars functions very, very well in Aries. It gives such wonderful attributes such as courage and bravery. And I actually just finished reading the second book of Harry Potter this morning, and he is going down into this dungeon, and it's like, you idiot, but he's also being brave. And that's the thing, is that Mars in Aries might not have something called time on its side, but it has a sense, it has an instinct, it follows its instincts, it's the passion. And one thing that is going on right now, have you ever been in a situation where you went to bat for someone, or you stuck up for someone, and it turned out that person didn't really appreciate everything that you did? Or for example, you took a risk that ended up biting you in the ass, or you ended up getting hurt. These are some of the downsides of Mars in Aries, is that it just acts. It doesn't necessarily think of what's going to happen next, or it doesn't necessarily have the foresight or the wisdom behind it. Mars is in Aries. We're all feeling better about that. I know I am. The last 6 weeks with Mars in Pisces, my feet were dragging. I felt like I couldn't be as productive as I needed to be or wanted to be, but it was fine. I definitely enjoyed the rest. I really needed it, to be honest. But now Mars is in Aries, and we're all feeling excited about that. I know I am. I'm excited to be outspoken, outgoing, getting up a little bit earlier and hitting my yoga mat or the gym earlier. I know that is in good time coming right now. The thing is, though, is that Mars is squaring Saturn. It's applying to a square to Saturn. And Saturn is that time-tested wisdom. Saturn's the old guy. Saturn has been around. And then Mars in Aries is the little whippersnapper, okay? So if Mars in Aries is Harry Potter right now, then Saturn is Dumbledore, okay? So it's like, or Saturn is Yoda, while Mars in Aries is the young Luke Skywalker. It's like you have some training to do before you can get to where I'm at. You have to understand the laws. You have to understand the procedure. You have to understand patience. You have to understand discipline. You know, that's what the young warrior needs, is discipline. But the young warrior hates that. It just wants to go. It just wants to go and take risks and burn up some of that fiery energy inside of it. So that's kind of what this first half of January is going to kind of feel like. We have Mars wants to go, 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 fight, fight, fight. And then Saturn in Capricorn says, hold up. You've got some training to do. You've got to build that muscle a little bit more. You got to get a little bit more experience before you throw yourself in there and get hurt. So that's kind of what we're contending with right now. Whatever it is that we are eager and anxious to go after, we are encouraged to have a little bit of caution, a little bit of patience here. There's something else that we have to heed before we can hurdle. There is just one more little thing that we have to figure out how to get around, how to get over it or through it, whatever it may be. So that's kind of what's going on right now. The other thing that is actually going on right now is a conjunction between the sun and Saturn in Saturn's own sign. So bringing in that energy of the sun, because Saturn represents darkness. It represents lead. It's heavy. It's physical reality. It's material. It's time. It's all the things that make us human. It's our mortality. It's the challenges in life. It's time. You know, time makes us old. It makes us wither away in time. And so it's lead. It's what keeps us materialized, incarcerated in our own incarnated body. That is what Saturn represents. The sun, if we're talking about going from darkness to light, the sun is here to illuminate Saturn right now. And it's bringing light. It's illuminating that experience. Whatever that leaden experience is for you that's weighing you down and has felt like a burden or a big challenge, see it as a teacher today. The sun is illuminating it. The other thing that the sun conjunct Saturn can do for us is it can help us to step in to that role of authority, which is not acting impulsively. Sometimes being the authority is doing what we must, doing our duty, doing what we need to do and what we signed up to do. What is our obligation versus what is our heart's desire? Sometimes, you know, we can be in a conflict of doing what's right and doing what we want. And that could be another way that this energy kind of shows up. But Sun conjunct Saturn can help us be better with time, use our time a little bit better. Again, stepping into a role of authority and leadership, a different kind of leadership than Mars and Aries. Mars and leadership just is like, follow me, I have the sword. And I have the passion that you can get behind. The leadership of Saturn is, again, like the sage. It's like, you know, the calm, like, I know what I'm talking about here. Like, you can trust me on this because I've experienced, I'm the most experienced. So Sun conjunct Saturn can help bring more discipline into our lives, more structure around the things that are going to serve us long term, how to be focused on the things that we want long term, being the person that we want to be long term. Taking steps to take care of our bodies that is going to serve us long term. These are things that Sun conjunct Saturn can help us do. It brings in focus, brings in clarity. It allows us to see things for what they are. And that can be good or bad. So if those thoughts of challenges are coming up for you today, I urge you to stay with it because it might be here to show you something. I know it showed me a lot. It showed me so much this morning, and I'm just grateful to have the reminder that these challenges are our teachers. And I will let you know, to leave on like a super positive note though, is that after Mars gets around the square to Saturn, Mars is going to be making some wonderful aspects. It's going to be trining, it's going to be making a trine to Jupiter in its home sign of Sagittarius. And then Venus is going to be coming up to meet Jupiter and trine Mars as well. So the end of January should be going much smoother. Again, we do have a little bit of a hurdle to contend with at this first half of the month, but we are eager to go, and go we will, because 2018 was a lot about, the personal planets being retrograde and us not being in a place where we were moving forward very fast. We were kind of like taking stock of what we have and kind of reviewing and trying to figure out our direction a little bit better, getting clear on what we want and how to move toward it. But the first about 7 or 8 weeks of 2019 are going to move fast. They're going to move very fast. All the planets are direct, and they will remain direct until Mercury goes retrograde in March. So let's do this, people. And stay tuned for the end of January. Got some other exciting news to report there.